Well, I thought I'd give a little update on the truck. It's been a while since I posted that last video. It's pretty much stayed stock. Did do quite a bit of maintenance things to it. All the rear brakes needed to be redone. They were pretty bad, so I had to get pretty much the whole rear diff serviced. I did find a couple tailgates. This one's the most recent. I picked this up for 80 bucks. And it doesn't have the Cummins logo underneath it, but I think it's a pretty good candidate for the restoration project. I have another one inside I'll show you in a bit. I don't remember if this was in it or not, but I threw this from a Ranger inside. And I picked that one specifically because you don't see it. I don't like how they stay out on top, and I don't know, it looks kind of silly to me, and it kind of draws attention too if you've got tools in it like I do and you want to hide that sort of stuff. I did put new springs and shocks up front to level lift it. I don't know if you noticed before. The Moog 5225S, I think they are. The severe duty. So they hold up quite a bit better, and it's quite a bit higher than it was before when it was tuck and tire. Let me tell ya. Little things like a LED dash conversion, nice white LEDs. Yeah, I don't know. It's been great so far. Show you inside again. Oh, another thing I had to do is replace the lock cylinder. So I've got two sets of keys because I didn't bother doing my driver's side, and I kind of look at that as an anti-theft. It's pretty clean. Haven't had any qualms other than the super roller coaster chair I've got now. Something's got to be done with that. It's just, these are splitting, so when people ride around in it, they're rolling left, right, and center all over the place. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's been really good. I got it with 220,000 clicks, and it now has 256 or 260. In my other video, when I shut the door and it didn't close, that had to be replaced because it was had poor alignment, and it wouldn't latch properly. So that was actually a pretty expensive fix, and it was a lot more money to get it painted. So they just put it in primered. So when I get the truck resprayed eventually, I'll do that. What are we at now? 258,000 kilometers. So whatever that is in miles. I think it's like 138,000 miles or something close to that. I've got my head unit in there. I got a little sub back here, just in a 10-inch. I keep my straps, ratcheting straps, my work hard hat. Ratcheting straps. Whenever I take the bikes out, I've always got my straps or whatever else I pick up. Let's fire her up. Bit of a mess. Sorry, I ran my coolant wires. So that was an attempt to run a tack that I don't know. I haven't really had time to troubleshoot why it isn't picking up yet. It's not the Ice Pro or anything like that. It's just like a digital tack, and it needs a 5-volt signal. Or I think it needs a 12 volt, but the one that the factory puts out underneath the dash needs only gives out 5, so I bought a single booster, and I don't know, just kind of still playing with it. I've got my water temp and my boost gauge. This is where I hooked up the water temp. Just kind of in line. I don't know. I'll probably get rid of that. I don't like it that much. It doesn't look very factory. But the truck runs mint. It runs super nice. It's got air conditioning, which works beautifully. Straight pipe still sounds beautiful. Yeah. I'll shut her down. I'll show you all the goodies I've got for it, because just like how I said in a video about keeping it stock, well, I'm going to be doing quite a bit of work to it. But I think most of you will agree with what I'm doing and are gonna like it, because I've been hoarding a bunch of parts to do a 4x4 conversion to it. And I know it's been talked about to death about, oh, is it worth it? You're better off to buy an older truck and put the money into it. But this truck, I did list it for sale, and no one wanted it. No one was willing to pay what it was worth, so I wasn't willing to just give it away. So I decided to keep it, and I'm going to be doing the conversion. Oh yeah, this is my place, by the way. I just moved in here not that long ago, and I absolutely love it. Beautiful blueberry farm in my backyard. Sumas Mountain in the distance, and it's absolutely beautiful, peaceful, quiet, humble. I love it. Every morning on my way to work, I stop and take a deep breath as soon as I get outside my door. And I've got this, and it's misty, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Amazing sunsets. I love it. Anywho, back to the truck. So I picked these up. I got a Dana 60 front, and apparently it's been rebuilt. I got the Dana 70 rear. And these came as a pair with 307 gears, which is what I was looking for, because I want better highway mileage. So having the taller gears will really help with that, rather than, 355s or something, and 410s, which would just be screaming on the highway. So I just tried to paint this like it's only got a couple coats, but it's too cold to keep painting outside now, so I'll wait till the summer maybe. But I'm going with like a tan, kind of a military tan color. So yeah, that's what happens when you try and spray paint in the cold. It turns out like shit. So it's, yeah, I'm not really happy about that. But whatever, that's what I get. So I've got that going on. I picked up a transmission cross member with the transfer case support bracket. I've got a 4x4 engine mount, a front drive shaft, two-wheel drive engine mount. It's got the control arms built into it, so it definitely gives you problems when you're trying to run crossover steering, which is what I'm doing. I'll show you. Come inside. Welcome to my home. Restoration Garage on the Tube. Good show. Highly recommend it. They're actually out of Ontario. And this is another perk of my place. I got a nice shop inside here, which is pretty cluttered with all my things, and Christmas is coming up, so I got some stuff stashed away for my dad, like the ladder and other odds and ends. So here's some more of the stuff I got. I guess I should start over here. It's an 85 Gixxer 750. I'm going to restore. 84 Suzuki 125 4-stroke.
bought that for my girlfriend so her and I could go riding because I've got a 2001 WR250F. Just have some fun in the trails. So for the truck, I bought an NV 4500 second gen manual 5-speed transmission. It's got the fifth wheel or fifth gear nut fix already done to it, supposedly. This is the 2-wheel drive version. You can see on the tail shaft there. That's a 2-wheel drive tail shaft. And my initial plan was to run the truck as a 2-wheeler, throw in the manual tranny, but I just figured, rather than go through the trouble of changing it over to 5-speed and having them lengthen or shorten the drive shaft and then do it all over again when I do the 4x4, I'll just wait and do it all at once. So looked around for some 4x4 trannies, didn't really find any, so not a big deal. I bought, kind of hard to see there in the dark, you can't really see, but that's an NP205 transfer case out of a manual. Early Christmas present to myself. Some, I don't know, I think they're the third or fourth gen trucks. The wheels third gen wheels. A lot of guys try to run. I need to get spacers for that still. They came with 33s. My girlfriend phoned and fucked it up for me. So anyways, this is a 2-inch drop hanger that is to bolt onto my frame, and that will allow me to put in these shackles, which I can then put these front leaf springs on. I opted for parabolic 2-inch lift springs, so the 2-inch springs and the 2-inch hanger will give me 4 inches of lift, which will then make my crossover steering conversion work. So here's some of the stuff. I tried to paint these as well, but didn't really work that great. I don't really know, it's not a big deal. So this is I'm doing this crossover steering kit because it's gonna let me keep my steering box in the 2-wheel drive location rather than have to muck about and put it in the 4-wheel drive location. It's a bunch of research I've been looking up here and there. I've also got a ton of other stuff in these boxes. I got a Valair, I think it's 350 horsepower kit. It's one of the basic ones. It was like $300 or something like that. I got a flywheel tucked back there. I've got my engine adapter plate tucked back there. Some other miscellaneous hardware. I've got some frame box kits that are going to really strengthen my frame. They weld in right near where my steering box is on either side. I've got my little 4x4 engaged light. There's really nothing to it. And I got a nice rubber boot. This is kind of a generic one that I polished up with some rubber polish. It was meant for divers with their wetsuits, but yeah, to kind of give it a factory sort of look with the whole pyramid shifter kind of thing. Because what I got was like an ugly old poopy looking leather boot. I got a pedal assembly from a second gen. I'm going to keep hunting for a first gen one, but it's there if I want it. I like the bigger pad on the first gen. I got a second gen starter. Brand new, not refurbished. I've got... Here's my tail housing to adapt onto my NV 4500 and my transfer case so that they'll all bolt together. It's my new main shaft I'm required to use to transfer my 2-wheel drive main shaft to a 4-wheel drive main shaft. And something that I got shysted on when I bought the transfer case, they didn't give me my adapter coupler. So I had to buy this. This is $100. But it does fit quite nicely, and it's actually strangely arousing to put it on. So, like that. So, it's all coming together. I've got a bunch of other little shit here and there, but for the most part, it's well underway. I'm just still in the hoarding, acquiring parts stage, and I'm actually looking for a place to do all this heavy duty nuts and bolts kind of crap and welding. I'm not really willing to tackle this job on my own. I don't have a shop here other than just my little garage for my bikes, and yeah, so that's my update for this truck. It won't be two-wheel drive for a whole lot longer unless someone writes it off. I'm planning to keep it for the long run and looking forward to giving it the 4x4 treatment. I think it's well deserved. I think it's a good candidate. Low mileage truck. It's in really great shape, and I don't mind putting this money into something that is definitely worth it in the long run. Well, all you guys are watching this, you definitely know everything about these trucks, so no need to explain it further. Got plenty of other projects on the go too, and yeah, always something to keep me busy. Oh, before I forget, this is the other tailgate I got, and this is a really great story. This tailgate is actually my girlfriend's grandfather bought a Dodge dually Cummins. It was a 4-wheel drive. It was manual 5-speed, and it was all black. And he bought the truck and put a 5th-wheel tailgate on it within the year that he bought it in '93. So he tucked this beside his house, and it stayed beside his house since, I think I've had it for a year and a half now. It stayed there. And when he sold the truck, the guy who bought it didn't even come back to pick it up. It's a shitty light, but this thing is so mint. Other than that, I put that on there just because I'm pretty proud. Fucking A. But it is in such immaculate shape. I was just so worried about loading my bikes in and out of my truck and, putting transfer cases and transmissions in there, and I couldn't bear the thought of damaging this tailgate, which has original paint and everything is so freaking clean on it. So I bought that other tailgate just so I could kind of beat it up a little bit maybe and not worry so much about it. This thing just has the coolest history. When I respray my truck, I'm not going to put the skate on it. I'm not going to respray it. I love that it's original paint, that it's been kept sort of in the family, I guess you could say, this whole time. And yeah, so that's the story with that tailgate. It's just going to hang out here in the home and maybe put on display. If I go to truck shows, I might throw it on the truck for them. But until then, it's going to stay nice and warm and dry inside. Inside the shop. With all the other shit. So, thanks for tuning in. I will definitely try and make more updates as this conversion takes place. Right now I'm just saving my pennies, trying not to spend it all on this fucker. Have a good one. Take it easy. Merry Christmas. It's November now, so the holidays are coming up. And stay safe out there.